Hi my friends, and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today's class is all about nurturing and nurturing ourselves to rest, let go, release, come back to ourselves. Just as we think it's so important to nurture artists, we're now going to set out the time to do so for ourselves. So put on some comfy clothes, grab any props you have. They don't have to be specific yoga props. Any big cushions, any blankets, anything will do. Just so we can build up a nice and supportive practice today. Good, let's get started. We're gonna start it in an child's pose. And you might like to bring a nice blanket underneath the knees, or maybe even in between the calves and the hamstrings if that feels good. And if you have a nice big pillow, you could use a second pillow just to rest over. So allowing yourself to drop and allowing yourself to release down on towards your cushion, on towards your bolster. Good. And then you can take your time, wiggle a little side to side until you found your position, until you found a pose you can comfortably hold for a longer duration. Doing great. And as you settle in to your child's pose, see if you can completely let go of the world around you. And using your breath to shift your attention inward. Noticing if you can feel that sensation of the breath being present in your body. In yoga, we have the tendency to breathe towards that lower belly. But can you breathe towards the back body as well? See if you can find that sensation of breathing towards the back body. And as you rest in your child's pose, you find that sensation of the ground supporting your entire body. Maybe resting over your pillow and noticing that the whole body is supported, is held. And with that support underneath us, we can allow the body to release. we're taking about 5 more deep breaths into our pose. And then on your next exhale, you can slowly make your way up. Scooch the pillow towards the side, keep it close by. We're gonna swing our legs around. And we are going to come into our supported butterfly pose. So you can bring the blanket aside for now. If you have a nice big pillow, it can be super nice to bring the pillow underneath the back in line with the spine. If you don't have a pillow, don't worry, you can still do the pose without having the back slightly elevated. If you have your blocks, again, it can be super nice to bring blocks or 2 nice big pillows underneath the thighs, only again if that supports you. Good. Then from there we are going to allow ourselves to come down and towards the back. Maybe you want to take your time, if you have the props there, to find any height for these props so your body can feel fully supported. And in that fully supported position, you can allow yourself to relax and release. As we take some time here to breathe. That time just for you. Nurturing our body with our breath. And allowing any tension to release and sink down into the mat. And it's simply allowing your body to relax. Allowing the nurturing breath, that nourishing relaxation into your body and on towards your mat. And taking about 5 more deep breaths into this pose. And then slowly bringing the hands towards the outer thighs, and with help of the hands we close up the legs. And you can make your way on towards your forearms, and then from there make your way up into a seat. We're going to move the blocks aside, our pillows, and we are going to keep the big pillow close by. We're going to make our way back down on towards the back. And then we are going to lift the hips up towards the sky. Bring the pillow or a block, whatever feels best for you, underneath the sacrum. And if you feel like you could use some extra support, but you want the softness of the pillow, it's a nice idea to bring a block underneath the back and then the pillow on towards a block. Good. In my mind, this went a lot smoother. Okay. And then we're allowing the body to relax again. Over our props. Knees can knock together if that feels good. Or you can keep the feet in line with the knees. Or maybe you'd like to come into the full extension. A gentle bridge. A gentle supported bridge. Again, the theme here is creating support for yourself. So in whichever pose you are in, see if you can fully support the body. If that means bringing some props underneath the elbows so the hands can rest on the props, that's perfectly fine too. And since we're staying quite a while in our poses, you can take some time to create that support for yourself. Creating some time to allow the body to be fully supported, fully held by your soft and cozy cushions, fully supported with the mat. And we're about halfway through the pose. If there's anything you feel like adjusting, please feel free, take your time. Maybe you want to elevate yourself a little. Maybe you actually just want to come a little closer towards the mat again. Any variations you feel like taking, please take your time to do so. And again, find that full supportiveness sensation. And about 5 more deep breaths here. And then slowly on your next exhale, you can make your way up with the feet back underneath the hips. Bring the hips off your props. Scooch the props aside. Allow yourself to lie down just for a moment. And from here, we're moving into a nice twist. So you can simply scooch the hips a little towards the left. Let the knees fall over towards the right. This can be it. If you feel like you could use some support, I love placing a pillow between my thighs. And then from there, finding our twist. Some people really like placing a pillow underneath the bottom leg. That's also a great option here. Good. Hands can fall wherever they naturally fall, or maybe you want to extend them into that 90-degree shape. And as we lie here in a gentle twist, you can start to imagine sort of wringing out all the heaviness that's in your body. Wringing out all your tension. And we allow our deep breath here to support us in our twist. And as we exhale, we can take some time to let go of anything that's no longer serving us. With every inhale, you can imagine letting some lightness into your body. With every exhale, we let go of any heaviness. And one more nice, nurturing breath in. And a long, releasing breath out. And we're taking about 5 more deep breaths in, into a twist on this side. And then we're slowly making our way back to center. Scooching the hips a little towards the right. And let the knees now drop over towards the other side. And again, block or pillow support. Might feel great in this pose. Hands can rest wherever they naturally fall. Using that twist again to sort of wring out any tension. And release anything that's no longer serving you. 5 more nourishing breaths here. And then at your own pace, own rhythm, you can make your way back up on towards the lying position in the center of the mat. And we'll transition in our last pose. And for our last pose, I can give you 2 options. If you are close to a wall, you might like to swing the legs up the wall for legs up the wall. If you feel like you don't want to move, you're nice and comfortable where you are, you can just simply bring the legs up here for a waterfall pose. And if it feels good, some gentle movement in the ankle one way, some circles, and the other way around, finding some circles. And we're simply staying here for a few nice breaths. And a gentle bend into the knee is always fine here. And this pose, we're not going to hold it for too long compared to the others. So we're already about halfway through the pose. And then we're slowly lowering down the legs. Take a moment, notice how it feels. And then we're going to make yourselves ready for Shavasana. So you can always grab a pillow, place it underneath the knees. Maybe your blanket can serve as a nice little pillow for your head. Again, our final relaxation pose, fully supported with the props on the mat. Hands can rest wherever they naturally fall. And just allowing yourself to settle here. To settle, let in that nurturing sensation that we've been trying to create. Nourishing ourselves on the inhale. And releasing on the exhale. Just taking a nice moment in Shavasana. And then from our Shavasana, you can deepen your breath. Maybe wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Find a nice stretch, or maybe you prefer to take the knees in towards the chest. Maybe rolling on your right side for one more moment. Staying close to yourself here. And then at your own pace, you can make your way back up into a nice comfortable seat. Good. This is where we meet to close off the practice. I appreciate you taking the time out to nurture yourself. If you want to gain some more information about Be With Yoga, I'll link my website down below. There are some opportunities to work one-on-one. We can see if you're fit for a yoga journey. I'd appreciate you, and thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.